Hey guys, Dr. Gobet here again, and today we're talking about surprise emotions. Are you surprised? Nah, probably not. So last time we talked about emotions and their purpose. So many people want to stuff down their emotions or get rid of them completely, and I explored how that's not reasonable. But even if it were, it might not be the best idea because emotions give us solid, good information that we should be using to help inform our decisions. So, last time I promised an answer to the question of if we're not stuffing our emotions down, what the heck are we supposed to do with them? And there it is for you. If we're not stuffing them down, we are using them. We are taking that information and we are using it to help inform our decisions. Now, notice I said the word inform, not make our decisions. Because the danger of this is that we can end up in a situation where we are letting our emotions push us around and we are making decisions that are 100% emotional. It's, again, finding that middle ground. Either extreme can make things more difficult, can be destructive, right? So if we're on the end that we talked about last week where there are absolutely no emotions and it is 100% logical, that probably isn't the best. At least not all the time anyway. If we're on the other extreme where we're making 100% emotional choices, still probably not the best, at least not all the time. In general, we are looking for that middle ground where we're using both logic and emotions to make our choices and where we're sort of switching up our tactics. So if we are making a 100% logical choice, it's not happening all the time. Making a 100% emotional choice, sure, it happens sometimes, but not all the time. So we need to use our emotions to help inform our choices. We take in that information, incorporate it with other information, and then we make a choice. So if we're not basing our choices on 100% logic, we're not basing them on 100% emotions, what does that middle ground look like and how do we get there? What are we basing our choices on? And my answer to that is values. Values is kind of a loaded word, so I'm going to tell you what I mean when I say values. I use that label to essentially describe the path that you want to be on. What do you want your life to look like? What kind of life do you want to be living? If we can answer those questions, and by the way, selfless plug, therapy is a great place to do that, then we can have an idea of your, what I call values. It gives you a course to follow. So in closing, I'll give you a metaphor that I like to help explain this to people. If you are a ship sailing along and a massive storm blows in, the massive storm in this case being emotions, there's a big threat that it'll throw you off course. That can be particularly dangerous if you don't actually have a course or a path set. You're just sort of sailing along, going wherever the wind wants to take you. Sometimes that's okay, but most often it's helpful for us to have a destination in mind. We might not always know the exact route we're going to take to get there because those storms do come in and blow us off track a little bit. But we know our destination and we have a path that we can come back to towards the end of the storm or as it's rolling down, right? We can get back on that path, use our navigation. So if you can come up with the answers to those questions about what kind of life do you want to be living, you can generate your path, and then you can take information, the logical information and the emotional information, and incorporate it to make decisions that keep you heading in that direction. Well, I hope that answers your question about what the heck am I supposed to do with my emotions. If you have any additional questions, comments, pop them in the comment bar below, and I hope you keep